Fine. So we have 8x plus 3 greater than 12.
Awesome.
And then
Or
I put negative parentheses 8x plus 3.
yes, you could, or write this. That's fine. And you get the same thing.
Yeah.
So this from here is 8x greater than 9. X greater than 9 over 8. And this one is 8x less than negative 15, which means x less than negative 15 over 8. But the solution has to have the union in between. How do I write the solution? Very good. Yes, with a parenthesis, union. That's it. Perfect. Okay, so let's work on B. 3 over x minus 1 greater than or equal to 1. Any questions on this problem? How are we going to solve this? What is the procedure for this? What is it, first of all? Awesome. What I cannot do in this inequality, for sure. One thing I cannot do. No. True. Multiply both sides by x minus 1. I could never, ever do that. So if you did that, please erase it. So what do I do? Yes, before that, you're right. Before that, yes, of course. 3 over x minus 1 greater equal to 0. And then correct. We have to find the LCD, which is? Yes, it's the only denominator. What does the numerator of the second fraction get? What does the numerator of the second fraction get? Awesome. Good. So now what do we have at the top? Yes? You may be way ahead of me. I probably didn't get there, but I want to show. I am not there yet. Yes.
Minus x.
Yes. That's it. Awesome. I had to write that, right? I have to start from left to right. Good. Perfect. And then in descending order, negative x plus. Awesome. Over. Good. What now? The chart, of course. Of course. Negative x plus 4, x minus 1, and the ratio. We have to study the sign. So from negative infinity to infinity, which numbers go in the chart?
4.
Yes, 4 and?
1.
Yes, in order from left to right.
1.
Very good. There is a 0 in the first row under. Awesome. There is a 0 in the second row.
What is the third one? Under x? Is that negative x plus 4 again?
You mean here?
No. In the
This is the first factor. This is the second factor. This is the whole thing. So for x minus 1?
1.
Very good. What about the fraction or the whole thing under 1?
It'll be 0 and 1. No, 0.
Very good. And under 1? Awesome. Very good. Okay, study the sign of the first function. Is linear. Does it look like this? Or does it look like this? Second one. So what is the sequence of signs? Awesome. Very good. We're getting there. What about the second one? What is the sequence of signs for the second one? Very good. Awesome. What is the sign on the first subinterval? Of course, the middle one. The last one. Okay, we resisted and resisted, and finally we got it. Okay, so now what sign do I pick? Exactly. This has to be greater than or equal to 0. Right. So then x in the interval.
Bracket.
Careful.
1, 4. Right.
That's it. Okay, it's 6:35, so let's decide what else from here we need to look at. Any questions for me? Now, I hope you would say that you feel a little bit better about this chart now. Okay, I hope so. Good. Yes, Nico? Okay. Problem 7? Or we move on?
Would you like number 9?
Number 9. Problem 7, you will have two ordered pairs and you have to answer the questions. Just O11 actually, not even O12. Right? With two ordered pairs, you find the slope and then you answer the questions. Is that okay? Good. So in number 8, what will you write? Tell me what you write and then you'll solve it on your own. Yes? I refuse to write.
So the domain that's back there, x minus 3x plus 3.
What do I have to write and solve for everyone to see what we're doing first? You may be right, but that's way ahead of me. What do I have to write to find the domain of this function? Yes, I'm ready. Good.
Must set entire quantity to greater than or equal to 0.
But you have to dictate, and I'll write it.
The square root x squared.
We just had this on the classwork that I returned today.
Square minus 9
Very good. Angela paid attention. Has to be?
greater than or equal.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Let's go.
That's what I said.
You already solved for it.
Oh,
What was your solution again, Paul?
no, I didn't. I was saying that's.
You said the square root. Once you start with the square root, I have to put my marker down. Okay, what else?
X plus 7.
Yes?
Next.
Awesome. Once you solve both, this one with a chart and this one is linear, then you will find the domain. We had an example like this last time. Okay, find and simplify the difference quotient. Okay, so let's work on this. Is this clear now?
Yes. Yeah.
Well done, Angela. Good, so number 9. Yes. This, and I'm not kidding, this is the first chapter in calculus. The entire chapter 2, we start with chapter 2 in calculus, this is it, this.
I'm cool with the difference quotient. Just not really feeling.
It's a lot of work.
I'm not feeling the fraction right now.
It's a lot of work. Finished? Okay. Ready? What pieces I have and what pieces I don't. I do have f of x indeed. What else I have? Sort of. Yes. So obviously I have to start here. That's my starting point. Can anyone dictate f of x plus h?
0 to 3 times x, parentheses x plus h.
Very good. That was great. Over?
Over x plus h minus 1.
Perfect. So now let's put all pieces together and find the difference quotient.
So 3x plus 3h.
Very good.
Over,
Perfect. Minus
3x
over
x plus 1.
Very good.
Over x.
Good. So there are two things have to happen here. Before I even look at it, I know what has to happen. What has to happen?
You have to,
Terms without h at the top must go away, and eventually
The h
from the denominator must go away. Awesome. You know what to expect. This is a leap forward, not a step forward. It's a leap forward. You know what to expect. That's huge.
9 times.
Oh,
I know what you mean, but I will never call it cross multiplication. Yes. What is the least common denominator? Because the cross multiplication is only in a proportion. Yes. X plus h minus 1 times x minus 1. Perfect. What does the top of the first fraction need? What does the top of the second fraction need? Perfect. Can anyone dictate the numerator? Arib, go ahead if you want.
3x squared
Yes?
minus 3x
Awesome.
plus
Yes.
3xh
Awesome.
minus 3h.
Perfect. Couldn't say better. Next.
3x squared.
I cannot write it without a symbol. I would not be able to continue. Yes. 3x squared. Very good.
Plus 3xh.
I disagree because there is a minus 3x that I have to distribute. As I distribute it to x, the same thing I have to distribute to h. If I miss that sign, terms will not cancel, and I'm done.
Yeah,
I won't be
have
able to.
separate after the minus number.
Oh, okay. Very good.
So minus 3xh
Yes.
and then plus 3x.
Very good. So dictate which terms go away.
The 3x plus and 3x.
How many terms are left at the top? Yes, and also, yes, as you see in this particular case, even terms with h go away, which is possible, but definitely mandatory. The terms without h must go away. Very good. So now how many terms are left at the top?
1.
Yes, so I have negative 3h over x plus h minus 1 times x minus 1 multiplied by? Very good. Awesome. Very good. That's the key, to see things more than once, and then they will slowly, slowly come to you. So final step, exactly what I expected. The second step was, or the second idea was what?
The H on the bottom top.
That's it.
You would leave a factor on the.
Absolutely. Please
Yeah.
write that down anywhere you want on your notebook or where, anywhere. Never multiply the factors in the denominator. Don't waste your time. We need them factored. We can, if we keep them factored, we will find the domain easy. We can solve equations. We never multiply factors in the denominator. Is there anything else that you would like to see? Overall, do you consider this a difficult test? We saw everything in class. Everything was done in class. Okay, is there anything else you would like to see? The difference, the piecewise defined function, symmetry, transformations. Is there anything else you would like to see?
The extra credit.
Can we do it piecewise?
Yes, this was also from O12. This is not new in this class. You said the extra credit? Okay, so let's look at, can you do the piecewise defined function? We had so many already. Is that okay? So let's do the extra credit. We did the extra credit last time. It's a different type of problem, but very similar. Okay, so find the inverse function of, you will see what I'm talking about, right? So that's the extra credit. So we're given this function, and we are told x greater than or equal to 0. How come? What type of function is this? Yes, it's quadratic. What is this? What is it for? This function is defined everywhere. So that I ask myself, okay, wait a minute. This is a parabola. It opens upward, has a minimum. The leading coefficient is positive. But yet, I'm told x greater than or equal to 0. Why?
It doesn't pass the horizontal line.
That's it. It's not 1-to-1. But now it is.
Which problem is that?
Extra credit. Now it is. Once I took away one side of the real line, now this is a quadratic function that is 1-to-1. Perfect. So the domain is 0 to infinity. Since we know transformations, what transformation is applied to x squared? Down 4. What is the range? You can picture it already because you know, you told me exactly what transformation was applied to x squared. What would be the range? Exactly, -4 to infinity because it's down 4. Very good. Now you do know, although you haven't found the inverse function yet, but you know its domain and range. Can anyone give us a domain and range of the inverse function?
It's gonna be the range.
Minus -4 to infinity.
Oh, of course. Very good. Well done. You remember that. Perfect. And the domain?
0 to infinity.
Very good. Perfect. Now I'm ready to find it. There is a 4-step procedure for finding the inverse. How? Step 1.
Set x equals y instead.
Yes.
Yeah.
So y equals x squared minus 4. Step 2.
Replace x with y.
That's it.
Solve for y.
Good. So then, what do I do to both sides to solve for y? And how many solutions will I get? Exactly. So I take the square root and I get y equals plus or minus the square root of x plus 4. And I will say, like I said before, not so fast. I can have two answers. The question is which one? Well, this is the key. This will tell me exactly which one. So which one? Because the range is 0 to infinity, of course. So f inverse, I'll say, you don't have to cross it out like that, but I'm just making a point. F inverse must be the square root of x plus 4. The domain, of course, fits. The range, of course, fits. And then you can graph those both on the same coordinate system. Okay. Thanks.